welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling y'all a story time about the time that I had a little run-in with the cops. Yeah, it was cute, it was funny. So this was my freshman year of high school. I was 15, I think. If I wasn't 15, then I was 14, but I'm pretty sure I was 15. It was freshman year, and everybody was going downtown. So for me, where I live at, when people go downtown, it's just like the way we kick back where I'm at, or like just chill and hang out. So everybody was like, let's go downtown. My sister was going downtown. I was going with, it was a group of us and like 5 girls. So it was me, my sister, a good friend of ours, and then like 3 other girls, so maybe it was a group of 6. So we went downtown, we were having fun, you know. So we were having fun down there, like everybody was just like hanging out and stuff, and it was cool, you know, it was cute, it was fun. But about 20 minutes into being down there, I would say 20 minutes, we were having fun. About 20 minutes into being down there, we had linked up with some other kids. We're all black, but where we live at, it's a predominantly white area. Very predominantly white area. So we were like the only black people down there, basically. They were saying that like 2 kids or some kids were about to fight. So everybody was like, okay, well, let's go to the park. We have a park down there. And I actually like that park because they have like a tire swing and they have like cool stuff. So everybody was like, let's go to the park or whatever. So that's what we was all doing. We was all heading to the park. Honestly, I didn't know them because I wasn't cool with them. I'm like a recluse in a sense. So I'm just antisocial. So I didn't even know them like that. Like I knew of them, but I didn't know them. So I was just following along with my sister and the other girls because these were older kids. I was a freshman, I was the only freshman. They were like juniors or seniors or sophomores. So everybody was walking down to the park, and going inside of this park specifically is illegal at night because they like close or something like that. It's really weird, but the park closes at night. So, and I think at night it's like 8 o'clock and up, and then they don't open back up until the morning. So we were going in there illegally basically, and lo and behold, some cops show up. There's like 37 cop cars. No, actually there were motorcycles. So it was like 15 cop motorcycles, and then maybe like 10 cop cars, literally for a couple of black kids. And so they're literally all following us. And so I'm with my sister. She starts running with the crowd, and you know, you gotta stick together. So I'm running with her, but I'm like, oh my god, like this can't be happening right now. Like I don't have the energy for this, sis. Like that's too much. I'm not like running. What? I don't have the energy. Everybody else started running, literally like roaches scattering. If you were inside of a helicopter looking down, you would think it was giant roaches running around the place. Like literally, that's just how it was. So we're running. We are the last people in place because, not in place, but we're the last people like in like out of everybody, because we don't do that. We're good girls, we're good people. So we are not like, we're not trained for this. So she's like all the way behind me, and so I had to wait on her like a good person because she had, her shoes came off, and we were running on like, it was a basketball court that we had to pass through. And so y'all know like the concrete on basketball courts, it's like that grainy type of like, I don't know, material, I don't know what they call it, but it was like that type of stuff. So that kind of hurts your feet if you went barefoot. But she had to run barefoot because she was wearing fucking slippers, and the slippers were sliding off, and I'm waiting for her to take them off. I'm literally watching like the motorcycle and the other motorcycle cops come up behind her. So I'm like, holy shit, like this is it, bitch. I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail. So she's running, she finally took them off. I'm literally screaming inside of my head because I don't do these hood rat things, honey. I don't get chased by cops. it's nighttime, so there was like some cops on the other side of where we were trying to run to, and so they were kind of like coming towards us, but they were like on foot. And so like I said, it's nighttime, so we blended in or whatever. So we had actually ducked like by a car. We were like super quiet. We literally ducked by a car, and he literally walked right past us. He didn't even see our black ass. After he walked past us, we had went and we continued to walk across the other street, literally like just normal civilians walking. So we walked across the other side of the street where nothing was going on at, so we were away from the mess. And my heart was literally like pounding out of my freaking chest. I'm like, nigga, I don't know what I was wearing. I think like for my hair, I think I had like some crochet twists, I think, because I used to wear crochet twists a lot. But if I didn't have on crochet twist, then I had in like a sew-in. So my sewing was sweaty, or my crochet twist was sweaty. I'm like, my heart was just pounding, and I get anxiety sometimes. So like, you know, when you are already pounding because your heart's running, because you're running, and then it's pounding because you have anxiety, you know, it's like so yeah, it was like that. And so we were across the street, just me and my sister, and then this other girl that we knew, she came across the street with us. Her hair was wild, honey. She had her natural hair out, but it was like flat iron, so y'all already know humidity, running, sweat doesn't mix well with natural flat iron hair. So like, everybody was looking a mess. Like, we were tired. Like, I don't understand criminals that do this for a living, honey. You got some good endurance, you got some good stamina, because that shit is tiring. But yeah, so she came across the street where we were at. She was just asking us questions. We was like, you know, like, what the fuck, like, what happened or whatever. This other boy, he came across the street with us, and he said that the cops actually kicked him. The cops called him something, like something insulting. So after everybody that we kind of like knew, whatever, came across the street where we were at, we started to walk. We don't even look back there, just walk, like everything normal. But girl, you know we're black, so of course we're gonna get pulled over anyway. Like I said, predominantly white city. We got pulled over anyway. Luckily it was by a black cop, and then he was talking to us. Another white cop had came up beside him where we were at. Like, there was really no reason for him to come there. Like, we don't need you, honey. We already got another cop talking to us. Thank you, goodbye, sir. But yeah, so we got a black cop, and he was talking to us, and he was just like telling us, like, if y'all didn't do nothing, then why are y'all running? Like, y'all just make yourselves look worse when you run. So we was like, oh, well, y'all was chasing us and shit like that, so we thought we had to run or whatever. He was like, don't run if you didn't do anything, because then you're just gonna make the situation worse if you're running, because then it's gonna look like I got something to hide, blah 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 blah. I'm just happy I'm not going to jail, because I was literally like, oh my god, I can't go to college, can't do anything. This is like it, like I'm going to juvie. This is my life, like it's over. So I was just like I was just kind of like relieved or whatever. But yeah, he was just talking to us, and then I saw my teacher from middle school. She was her and her ugly husband was walking about. She has this weird witch face, and I saw her, and her and her husband was just walking by, being nosy, and they was just like walking by, and they was looking at us, talk to the cops or whatever. I'm just staring at her like, girl, what you looking at? Like, do you see something you like? Honey, yes, black kids getting in trouble by the cops because we live in a stupid ass city. So yeah, he talked to us, we told him what was up. He was like, don't run, blah blah blah. So we was like, okay, thank you, that's cool or whatever. And while we were talking to him, actually, I had noticed like these two white boys, that they were actually like a part of the group, our whole entire group. They were like the only two white boys in the group with us. They were also friends, like just with each other, and they actually were like just walking down the street. Like, no one stopped them at all. They were literally walking down the street. I don't think anybody else noticed this, but I noticed everything, honey, and nobody stopped them. They were walking down the street, and they were like looking back at the situation. Like, they were literally at the same point where we were at. We were here on this side of the street, and then this is the street. Cross it, you get to the other side of the sidewalk, and they were right here, and we were like at the same point, but we got stopped and they didn't. Go figure. So I was like, oh, that's fake, you know, use that white privilege, why don't you? So yeah, that's happened. And then everybody else was just scattering like roaches, probably because some of them had weed on them. You know, people like to smoke weed in high school. That's just what kids think is cool. But we were cool. We were let off. We did go back to that park other times, but that, I think the main reason we got stopped is because it was a large group and we started running. But we always used to go into that park at nighttime, and other people do too, other kids do too. Like, it's a fun park. So, but that's just what happened. That's the story. And thank you guys for coming to my story time. I don't have many story times because, like I said, I was a good tissue, so I didn't really do too many bad things in high school. So that was just one of the crazy stories that I have from high school. My throat is like so dry. I'm parched. Thank y'all for listening. I'll see you guys in my next story time. Goodbye and have fun.